What's up, everyone? It's Rudy from Drinks and Movie Podcast, and today I'm going to be trying out yet another 9-year-old single barrel bourbon from Nelson Brothers. So let's open it up and see what we got. Yeah, what's up, everyone? So super excited for this. This is another 9-year-old Nelson Brothers single barrel pick. Fred Minnick. This is for his Club Marzipan. This one's coming in at 113 proof. I believe the previous one was 119. I've got it right here, so we're going to open it up. I'm going to break the seal on this, and then we'll compare it against the other Fred Minnick pick. Yeah, this one's coming in at 119.2 proof. Yeah, I'm super stoked. I did get word that there was going to be this other one kind of drop in at some point, and I saw them post about it, so I ordered this from Sealbox. There might be some available. I'm not sure if they sold out or not. I imagine it was probably pretty limited. But yeah, I'm super stoked and happy. I mean, I was very grateful that my friend Chad picked this up for me since it was distillery only and I'm out in Los Angeles. And I, didn't think I'd get to have another one. So this is very nice. Let's see what they've got. If you've seen my review on the Fred Minnick pick, I had mentioned that, in my opinion, so far, I think it's the best thing I've had from Nelson Brothers. So let's see if this, surpasses it or is in the same zone. I mean, I'm just happy regardless, but I'm just drinking a little bit of the classic 107 proof reserve bourbon or a 107.8 proof reserve bourbon just to get a little warm up going. There we go. So swirl it, let it open up. So again, as you can see, we've got 9-year-old once again. Okay, Nelson Brothers Club Marzipan. That is Fred Minnick's, I guess, whiskey tasting club. I'm not too familiar with it, but I imagine it's got to be a pretty good pick. I think this was specifically one he chose for that group, and it seems like they had some extras, so yeah, managed to get one. Again, I got this on sealbox.com. Very muted. It almost has a savory, salty note, but I almost wonder if that's just the fumes from downstairs. My roommates are making French fries right now, so I feel like that's what I'm getting. It's like a salted potato. Maybe that just stuck in my nose. I don't know. But yeah, let me pour the Fred Minnick pick. The first one that had come out back in early December. Yeah, same. So it might just be my nose right now. I guess I'm kind of wrecked. So I guess I'm just going to have to go in and taste. Shit. Definitely peppery. Yeah, it's like, man, like salt and pepper. Shit. Well, here we go. So here's the Marzipan, 113 proof, the newer one. So that one's pretty bright and peppery so far. I get like a little bit of cinnamon, definitely peppery. You get a nice like wash of sweet, like easy smooth caramel kind of on the back of the palate. And it does have that oak presence. You get a sense of that, that 9-year age statement for sure. Especially compared to the reserve that I was drinking before this, just to kind of warm up on. Let me see, it didn't quite like knock me over like the other, like the Fred Minnick pick did though. So I'm gonna pour a little bit more and let me actually give it a couple minutes to open up. Man, these corks are sealed like super tight. Yeah, so far it's consistent. A little bit of cinnamon, like some pepper, spice, that nice like easy smooth caramel. I'm getting maybe a little bit of that mixed berry fruit forwardness that sometimes I get when I drink these randomly. I feel like that just depends on like my palate on the day though. So I get a hint of that, a little bit of the oak, like sweet oak presence. The finish isn't too long. It's probably like for me right now like a short medium. Yeah, like I feel like it's already dissipated. I feel it, but as far as the flavors, the layers of flavor, it dissipated a little bit quick. So this one is the first single barrel pick, the Fred Minnick one they released back in December. So let's do a little side by side. I haven't had this one in a while. I had it a couple times, like small sips since that initial review. All right, so right off the bat, and this one is a little proofier, 119.2 versus 113, but it's pretty similar, but it definitely has more depth of flavor. There's and the best way is just like richness, like, so it's very similar on the palate, but it just has a richer, again, like deeper kind of flavor, and it coats the mouth a lot more. It's kind of like triggering senses all around my palate as opposed to just the tongue, and it's still going down pretty warm. A little sweet, like that sweet caramel on the finish, which is nice. Yeah, this one's still, it's where like my nose is wrecked. They just smell the same. All I smell is like salt and French fries, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. Yeah, that's still really good, and it has that really nice oak, like that hint of oak on there, so you get a sense of that age statement. You know, even though, you know, 9 years is pretty damn good, but it comes across, I'd say, a little more mature than that. So let's do the other one again. So back to the Club Marzipan pick. Yeah, wow. So definitely just brighter. It's like a splash of like cinnamon and bright spice. You feel it more in the back of the palate. It's not as viscous. It's definitely a little bit lighter on the texture. Not quite as oily. But still really good. I mean, it's still, you know, a tier. It's in that upper echelon for sure. As, you know, I mean, it should be. And it's really great. I've got no regrets on it. It was a little pricey, like $100, I think it was, somewhere around there. But since I'm a big fan and these single barrels are pretty new for Nelson's, you know, I'm all in on it. I'm completely in. If you get a chance, I think it is worth trying. You know, again, it is a pretty hefty price tag, but I think if you're already a fan of Nelson's Greenbrier and what they do, if you like their reserve, if you like their, you know, their cask finishes and all that, you can't go wrong with this, like at all. I'm actually going to try it again next to the reserve that I still have over here. So again, a little bit lower proof, 107.8. If I remember correctly, this is a blend of, I want to say 6 to 8 years old, I think. Maybe 6 to 9. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong and you got those facts, but yeah. And it's so, and I like the reserve, but by comparison, it's not quite in the same league. And I like reserve. I love sharing it with people. You know, for me, it's a quintessential bourbon, but these are just so souped up. Even the Marzipan one, which is, I think maybe even still a little lighter in texture. Yeah, it just way more rich. You take what you get in the reserve and just soup it up. And I actually like that spark of bright spice on it. Now I'm getting a little bit of like a brownie, like a toffee chocolate, like a chocolate brownie, toffee chip, just a hint of it. Not to sell it as like being hyper sweet or anything, it's not. But I get some of that sense. It's really nice. And I'm going to finish off the Fred Minnick pick here. Just a darker, richer version. That one is damn good. Shit. So I'll say the same thing I said before. Yeah, if you're a fan of Nelson Brothers, if you're able to get your hands on this Club Marzipan one, again, I imagine it's probably pretty limited. I don't know if Sealbox still has them, but that's where I got it, so check sealbox.com. And like I said, if you are a fan of any of their stuff, like, you're gonna like this. I don't imagine anybody picking this up. Oh, this is the Fred Minnick one. This is the Club Marzipan. I don't imagine you not digging this if you're already a fan of what they do. It is, you know, everything that I want out of this distillery and then souped up. So I said it once before and I'll say it again. If anybody on Nelson's Greenbrier who makes this stuff happen is listening, like, give us more of these. Like, this is it right here. Like, give us more of this. You know, I'm here for it. I think everyone else is going to be here for it. I would love to see, and I'm hoping for the day that there could be a nationwide, you know, situation of single barrels. It's cool that, you know, Fred Minnick gets the pick, and obviously he has a really good palate, you know, like way beyond mine. But yeah, like, let's make it for the people. Make it for the people. Be the people's whiskey. You know, I think people would really dig these 9-year single barrels. I think the age statement is great too. The proof is right in a good pocket. Rich, dark flavors, sweet oak. You know, plenty of spice from the high rye mash bill. Yeah, it's a hitter. I'm gonna pour a little more actually while I'm here. So yeah, that's it for this review. Hopefully it was coherent enough. And again, if you are able to grab yourself one of these, definitely do so. Sealbox.com. You can't go wrong. Yeah. Anyway, that's a wrap on this one, everybody. Cheers.